Woo woo. Welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. Again, my name is Tom. I'm a fantasy sports addict. And this particular video is for the addicts out there that are in the FSAA fantasy basketball leagues, also our home dynasty leagues. Just wanted to give you guys all a heads up and remind you about the draft times and the draft dates. Basically, it's going to break down like this. Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, auction Saturday, okay? That's the day we're doing nothing but auction drafts. So, and Sunday, of course, will be draft bonanza. That's like the last weekend day before the season starts, obviously next Tuesday. And so we're going to be getting our drafts in this weekend. But just anyways, let's get to it. Let me show you real fast just so you guys can visualize it better than the way I describe it, probably, with my lack of grace. Here we go. Sharing the screens. Let's do that because we figured it out. Yay! Now, hopefully y'all can see that. Nice and big and bright for everybody. There we go. Okay, so what we're looking at here, this is the, well, that's Sunday. Let's go back to Saturday. Beg my pardons. Okay, Saturday. Like I said, auction draft Saturday. We're going to kick that off. This is prime time. This is going to be some serious action. This is going to be a long draft. So we've got a 14-team auction head-to-head draft. It's for a dynasty league where we'll all keep 10 and drop 5 throughout the season, or as the season begins next year. But that draft will be obviously Saturday, October 22nd. Like I said, 3 p.m. West Coast, 6 p.m. East Coast. Okay. Now, if you're not able to be there, that's the best time we could come up with. We can't accommodate everybody, so do your best. Set your pre-rankings. Try to jump into the draft from your mobile app if you can here and there. Don't beat yourself up if not. Again, this is a friendly league. There's no money on the line, so don't worry about it. But it is Dynasty, so this is the one you want to be at for sure. And again, 3 p.m. West Coast, 6 p.m. Saturday on the East Coast. Now, after that, we've got the home Dynasty drafts, and this is Ryan's league. Mine will be drafted immediately after that. These are at 6:30, so we've got like a 3.5 hour, or 3.5 hour window. Excuse me, I'm dyslexic today. I got Bronson's disease. So again, 6:30 West Coast, 9:30 East Coast. Yes, it's a little late, but these are like 5-minute drafts. Honestly, the way these drafts are, it's non-snake 5 rounds. That's how next year's auction, like the previous auction I showed you, it'll draft the same way. So from here on out, it won't take 3 hours to draft the league, but we put a half hour or so in between, and then we just do our 5 rounds, and no big deal. So we'll be done Saturday night. Okay, woo. That's a heavy evening of drafting on Saturday, right? But then we got to get up and to it like the next day, because we got Sunday, October 23rd. This is redraft day, okay? This is when we're doing the head-to-head. This is just a head-to-head snake draft, okay? It's 12 o'clock West Coast, 3 o'clock East Coast. So we tried to avoid the football so everybody could get most of their football in. There may still be some afternoon, evening games going on, some Sunday night. But that one happens at, of course, 12 p.m. West Coast, 3 p.m. East Coast, okay? That's the head-to-head league. Now, if we go to the Roto league, obviously we've got a few stragglers that haven't signed up yet, but if you look over here, this is happening at 3 p.m. West Coast, okay? So 3 hours later, and then it's 6 p.m. East Coast. So that makes sense. Basically, they're 3 hours apart. First one we're going to do is head-to-head snake. The next one we're going to do is auction Roto, okay? We're going to live stream all these. So Ryan has a draft. He's in a money league. It's his brother-in-law's money league. It's a $100 buy-in, kind of a small friends and family league, but, he's been winning money pretty much year in and year out. And he's gonna show you guys how to do that, and we're gonna live stream that. Even we're gonna just keep the streaming up while we watch Sunday Night Football. But that's happening 6:30 West Coast, and also that would be 9:30 East Coast. So if you're East Coast and you gotta get up and go to work the next day, you don't have to watch that one. But do make sure you're at these drafts as you can be. We know we can't accommodate everybody, but don't worry, they're all gonna be live streamed. There will be a record of everything that happens. and you can always go back and look at it later. And just wanted to give you that heads up about when it was going down, and hopefully that's useful. It took a while to sort of find times that maybe half worked for people. It's hard to organize 14 people that live in different time zones, as you may or may not know as a commissioner yourself. But there you have it. We're doing Saturday evening, 3 p.m. West Coast and 6 p.m. East Coast. That's when we get kicked off. And then Sunday, it's 12 p.m. West Coast, 3 p.m. East Coast. And we just get kicked off, plan on a good 4 or 5 hours on Saturday and a good 6-7 hours on Sunday. So it's going to be busy this weekend. It's right before the season starts, but hey, we're addicts, I mean, we can do it. We've done this before. We've done it a million times. Six, 8 drafts in a weekend. That's the addict's burden, baby. We're addicts for a reason. And that reason is we love our fantasy sports. And other than that, I don't know that we have a reason, do we? We don't need a reason. We just love our sports. So anyways, fantasy gods, please grant me the serenity to set my ideal lineup. Courage to add, drop aggressively. Wisdom, as always, make good trades. Now, like I said, we still have a few open spots in that 12 or 14 team auction Roto. If you want to get in on that, we still have a few spots. Like I said, go to our website, fantasysportsaddicts.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter at letter F, letter S, the word double, letter A, FSAA. And again, hopefully you can make the drafts. If not, set your pre-rankings, set your queue, and do your best. And again, if just pop in and pop out when you can on your mobile app, that'll monitor that way if you can. And hopefully none of you have to go to the hospital in the middle of the draft or miss a draft because of that, because that shit sucks, but we'll understand. And, we ain't going to call you out in the podcast. So anyways, we'll see you guys this weekend. Should be good. We're very excited, especially about that 14-team auction dynasty. That's going to be just the fucking tits. All right, see you then.